This is the city of Greater Sudbury. It is Ontario's largest geographic city, Canada's second largest geographic city. It's a city of 158,000 people, and within its borders located 330 freshwater lakes. It is a city that we like to think is a city for the creative, the curious, and the adventuresome. The city of Greater Sudbury began as a lumbering community, and by accident, the Transcontinental Railroad was being put through here, and nickel was discovered. What the lumbering giants didn't destroy, nickel smelting destroyed. And so we had a mining camp that was a picture of devastation.
After the lumbermen came by and got the best timber, the trees that were left were cut to create these large roast yards, and they were piled several meters high, and the ore was put on top of these roast yard piles of wood and were allowed to burn for weeks, if not months at a time.
In 1975, people of this community and the companies decided to rebuild the city, and so we planted 13 million trees, 8 million by citizens and 5 million by the companies. I think that was the beginning of what the city has become.
The regreening process consists of two phases. The first phase, one has to remove some of the acidity that is in the soil. One adds limestone. Then one needs fertilizer, and that's followed by the grass seed mixture, which is a mixture of agricultural grasses and some legumes. That's phase one. Following year, one comes and puts in trees. These are all native trees. In particular, we've used lots of pines, and in more recent times, we're trying to increase the diversity of the species which are being used.
Regreening also re-energized the community towards environmental efforts. So there were a lot of people volunteered. Virtually everyone in Greater Sudbury can lay claim to have planted at least one tree in the 30-year span of the regreening program.
Regreening was a bit of a surprise for us. We were working as aquatic biologists, and all of a sudden we started to see some of the lakes that weren't doing very much started to improve quite dramatically. At that stage we realized that the land liming and the tree planting was actually improving our lakes as well as the cleaner air. Right here we're standing in front of the construction site for the new Living the Lake Centre, the greenest building ever built at a Canadian university. It's going to be a really exciting new science centre for Laurentian University, focused on restoration ecology, how to assist in nature in repairing damage.
The intelligence sector will be the next driver of the economy of this community. And so we're making the right investments in healthcare and education, because that's where the future lies, is attracting to our community the creative class that will provide us the greatest opportunities for development in the future.
A lot of people don't know this, but Sudbury was the first center in North America to perform an open heart operation. Sudbury has been able to attract and retain world-class physicians. Like our intensive care unit is extremely well known. We have close to 40 ICU beds here in Sudbury, and we are providing the ICU care for whole of Northern Ontario. We have a very good nephrology program which takes care of our dialysis patients. We did our first bone marrow stem cell transplant, so we have a very, very cutting-edge cancer program, which also does a lot of basic research along with clinical research.
We now, in fact, are on the verge of opening our single-site hospital, which is magnificent. We've expanded the cancer center. In fact, we stand in a radiation bunker, and we've got a very caring long-term care facility just down the road.
What I see now is that we have a full-fledged city with all of the amenities, from the university to the medical school, to parks and recreation, the kind of outdoors that makes for a good place to live and raise a family. No, this is a true city.